present to you Mr. Jamie Greenberg. And so here's kind of a little bit of a background story. He's run a successful entertainment agency, working with his family to grow and sell a multi-million-dollar toy company. He's dramatically increases experts' reach and income by helping them capitalize on their thought leader higher calling program. How? It's by transforming them from just another coach, speaker, or author to one of a kind trailblazing thought leader, maximizing their money making potential. And at that, I'm going to stop because I can keep going. Jamie, I'm going
Yes.
to let your effervescent persona come to life.
Hi, everybody. Bernie, Denny, thank you for having me here today. I'm really looking forward to imparting some of my revelations that I've put together in my program called Capitalize on Your Thought Leader Higher Calling, or also known as Capitalize on Your Uniqueness, because you'll notice that the title on my webinar slide, that's sort of how we've anchored this thing right now. So I'm just going to start right off the bat and get into my slide presentation. And at the end, we're going to do a Q&A. So just take some notes during the presentation, and we can discuss anything you'd like to talk about as we at the end. Okay, Bern? Okay, I'm just going to share my screen, and we can rock and roll. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is my webinar. It's called Capitalize on Your Uniqueness. And as Bernie said, we transform coaches, speakers, and experts and business owners into trailblazing thought leaders. Now, I just would like you all just to take a few seconds and think about the things that you'd like to achieve in your business right now, wherever you are right now. Just take a couple of seconds and just try to future pace a little bit on what those immediate priorities would look like for you. Great. Now, as I go through my presentation, I want you to consider how adding a thought leadership marketing component to your business might be beneficial. Just think as we move through this presentation, because I know a lot of you right now are not coaches or consultants. A few of you are, but this can also apply to any owner of a business to create another stream of income that you might not have considered. And now ask yourself if you would like. I just got to change this over here, pull this over here, get my thing here. And now ask yourself if you would like to attract more clients from different platforms, become the go-to expert in your community, become a speaker maybe, get paid for your expertise, scale your existing expert business, create a coaching program or an online course, become a social media personality, connect with industry influencers, create a mission or a movement. And if you want to become or achieve any of these things, there are three things you're going to need: credibility, authority, and content. Credibility is about establishing your expertise. Authority marketing is about positioning you. Content marketing is about getting yourself visible. And that's why, just excuse me for a second, I've just got to move these, the pictures of the slides are getting in the way of my presentation here, the actual slides. Maybe if I can switch out of the gallery. Let me just go into speaker. Okay, I think that'll do it. Let's see.
So we don't see them on our side there, Jamie.
Yeah, no, that you see in the slides though, right?
We see your slide, yeah.
Okay, great. And that's why Expertise plus authority plus visibility are the three pillars you need for a thought leadership business. So today, we're going to show you the faster way to grow your thought leadership authority business by establishing your trustworthiness and credibility, pinpointing your expertise, substantiating your authority, building your knowledge-based platform, and growing a powerful social media presence. And this is how you can transform your business by positioning your unique authority with a branded signature program so it can be leveraged as the centerpiece, the heart of your knowledge-based business, as the fulcrum for your product development, and to position you as a recognized thought leader in your industry. And when you make this transformation into a one-of-a-kind thought leader expert, you can now charge higher fees based on the results you offer instead of the hourly time you spend coaching or consulting. And it's that one-of-a-kindness that shines you out as a beacon of light and gives you the ability to make more money, create more impact, and work less. And that's how you capitalize on your uniqueness. And the methodology that we use for this is online knowledge-based marketing. And friends, my goal today, is to help small business owners eliminate the overwhelm and simplify the task of setting up or scaling your existing online business by creating a solution-focused, knowledge-based platform that will create new online revenue streams, drive customers to your physical space, save you a ton of time by simplifying the online process, keep your mission clear, constant, and consistent, and build your credibility up the wazoo, skyrocket your authority as a thought leader. And today, I'm going to show you how to leverage your uniqueness, expertise, and experience so that you can grab a piece of the exploding multi-billion-dollar online knowledge base industry that is growing by a whopping 14% a year. Now, I'm just curious. Have you ever been to an art gallery and the artist walks up and begins to tell you about the inspiration behind the painting? And then all of a sudden, because of that conversation, the art you were looking at takes on a completely different meaning and value. Now, just by the artist sharing her inspiration and knowledge about the painting piques your interest and increases her chances of selling you the piece of art. And that's knowledge-based marketing in a nutshell. See, it's the knowledge, inspiration, and ideas you have as an expert that enables you to influence the sale by first giving the why that lives in your products and services. And when you can express your why with passion and conviction, you show up as the inspirational face for your business. Today's modern leader needs to influence, inspire, and inform people with direct, engaging, and transparent digital communication. The old playbook isn't enough, said Greg Mullaney, founder of the Connected Leadership in Washington, D.C. Gary James, executive director from Page Group, says, by a ratio of more than 2-to-1, customers and employees say they would prefer to buy a product or work from a CEO who shares their knowledge and personal insights on social media and video as part of their work. Why? Because we show big loyalty to those brands where the CEO shares his knowledge and expertise and makes a sincere emotional connection. Because we love when a business owner shares with us the human side of his company and gives us a peek into his personality. Now, I'm telling you, your business will transform when either you or someone in your company learns to inspire, educate, and sell online using your knowledge and unique persona. But before we get into it, let me tell you a little bit about myself. After owning and running a 6-figure entertainment business, and then working with my family to grow and sell a multi-million-dollar toy manufacturing company, and then running my own consulting company, developing many products and getting clients on TV, I now use my thought leader marketing system to launch emerging and scale small business owners, helping them grow online so they can achieve next level profits and impact. And for many years now, I have been working with brilliant people from all around the world to take that leap, who have had the desire and courage to take that leap and capitalize on their uniqueness, expertise, and experience using their one-of-a-kind online knowledge-based platform to scale both their online and offline businesses. See, my gift is being able to see what you don't see. I see the gems, your gifts behind the obstacles that may be holding you back. And that's when I laser in and pinpoint and package those gems, your one-of-a-kindness, so you look and sound like no one else on the planet. Look, it's true. You know, some of us are born absolutely aligned with our uniqueness and purpose. You've seen these people. I'm totally jealous. You know, they come in fearless, no hesitation, and they end up creating something magnificent that people have no problem standing in line for. This is a talk for the rest of us. Just take a second and honestly answer these questions. Are you and your work unique, remarkable, and relevant? Have you generated and packaged anything proprietary, exclusive, or one of a kind? Is what you're doing newsworthy? Do you have a message to market and promise of value that is standing you out in your market niche? If your answers are no, this sounds like me, just relax. Today, I'm going to show you how to leverage your personal evolution, personal brand, business brand to create a branded signature program powered by a remarkable media presence that will become the foundation for your thought leadership business. Okay, now, let me just preview the stages of my system. The first stage is, who are you really? And this is where we clear the fear and dive headfirst into the full expression of your uniqueness to understand who are you really. Then stage two, we capture your genius. Next, you spend time in an intentional creative process, capturing your genius, where we nail your undeniable message to market. Stage three is where we put together your signature program. We create a branded signature program that rocks the world with your exceptional promise of value. Stage four is where we create your offers, your multiple streams of income. And finally, we scale your signature program with a multiple income stream business model. Okay, now let's go through them one by one, just briefly. Stage one, who are you really? We first start with your evaluation. We call these intake sessions. And these are just basically, we call them conversation catalyst interviews, where we ask really pointed questions that really draw up an emotional response, like, you know, what's irritating the hell out of you? Or what are you really passionately convicted about? Because we want to be able to get you into a place where you feel safe bringing about some kind of emotional response on how you really want to change the world. Then we begin to identify and lock into your personal evolution, the vision for yourself, for your business, and the people you want to serve. Because now the universe has something to grab onto and begin your manifestation. And when your vision is crystallized, that's when your purpose really starts to come into focus. And you have a true reason for being. And now you're starting to get excited. And that's when your passion starts fueling your purpose. And it's these three components that are the foundation where we can start to look at your personal brand, you know, where you are actually unique. Where's your uniqueification? Where's that original design? Okay, and that's what I do. I try to help somebody really distill that original design, because a lot of times we're so close to ourselves that we really need somebody else to sit back and see where we are unique. And once we understand the uniqueness, we understand how we become remarkable. And how we're relevant to the audience that we want to serve. And all of a sudden, you know, the big idea mission really starts to come into focus and becomes the anchor for our business. And once we have that nailed down, we're much better equipped to articulate our message to market, to the people and the market that we want to serve. And all of a sudden, what reveals itself is our promise of value, the transformation that we want to create for our clients, the outcome, the exceptional value result, the takeaway. Now, I just want to ask you guys a quick question. How many of you really believe that you are one-of-a-kind designs of the universe? I mean, the truth is, we are ridiculously unique. In fact, you are personally branded by the universe even before you take your first breath. We didn't arrive on this planet as victims of circumstance. No, 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 my friends. We are powerful beings here on purpose, with purpose that is encoded into our exclusive one-of-a-kindness. Now think, how many of you are using your one-of-a-kind perspective to create a vision that is supported by your purpose and fueled by your passion? Or is it possible your one-of-a-kindness is suffocating under your fear, doubt, and confusion, leaving you stranded in the shackles of conformity, existing in mediocrity, or just feeling trapped by responsibility? Is this the lens that's coloring your world? My friends, there is no way around this. Who you are personally greatly affects your life and business. So how do you clear the fear? You start by ungrooving, sabotaging habits of thought, by changing your thinking so you can change your life. You have to take responsibility and become a conscious thinker. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We all know real success takes years to achieve, but in just weeks, at least you'll have a framework on how to design your mind for greatness and start attracting the business you want. Look, I'm the first to admit change is a challenge. But what I love about change, it's always an invitation for transformation. And once you ungroove your habits of thought and change your thinking, your uniqueness can freely flow. You can fully embrace your soul's true calling. And it is then you become who you are, really. Can you now see how transforming your fear-based stories will give you a clear path to the creative, intuitive, and authentic version of who you are really? If so, you're ready to capture your genius, create your branded signature program, and scale it through multiple streams of income. Okay, so now we're going to move into stage 2, which is capture your genius. Now in stage 2, we teach you how to awaken your creative process on demand so you can generate and capture and organize the ideas that are born out of your inspiration, your imagination, and deep beliefs. Listen, being a creative person, I know exactly what it's like when creative constipation creeps in and nothing is absolutely coming. And that's when you fall out of love with your business. And that's why it is beyond crucial that you learn how to reap the riches that are waiting to be plucked from your very individualized creative process. And that's when you stop copying what everyone else is doing and start writing your own story. A recent IBM global survey of more than 1,500 CEOs from 60 countries and 33 industries worldwide revealed that creativity was selected as the most crucial factor for future success. All issues can be overcome by installing creativity throughout the organization. Now, I'm just curious. How many of you were ever taught how to leverage, manage, and maintain your own creative process? Not many of us. Why? Because the creative process is a little spooky. It's not tangible, predictable, or even accountable. And it doesn't help that everyone's creativity happens differently. People always ask me, can you teach me your creative process? And I say, of course not. But I can teach you how to stimulate and unleash your creative process. And the most important thing is I ask you to do is to please give yourself permission and time to have a conscious creative adventure. And I promise you will be amazed at the original content possibilities that fountain out of you. See, what I love about this creative training is when we partner together, it allows you to have the freedom to develop the strength and power of your own expression. Work in a safe and nurturing environment with feedback, with absolutely no judgment from yourself or others. And that's when your big ideas start to surface. And we can begin to define your message to market and reveal the promise of value and figure out what platforms you can serve the people who believe in what you believe. And remarkably, our clients' productivity increases tenfold when they start applying more creative energy to every aspect of their business. Just like the IBM Global Survey proved, creativity is the most crucial factor for success. And now the magic happens in the signature program part of our process. Now, deep down, we all know, no matter how hard you apply yourself, you won't get noticed if there's nothing novel, emotional, and memorable about your work. And how many of you have ever heard of the book, The Modified Carbohydrate Diet by Arthur Agustin? Now, this book, when it got, that was a book that it was taken to a publisher and they turned it into the South Beach Diet. I'm just using this as an example of how your branding and what you decide to anchor your brand will not get you noticed sometimes. And sometimes you have to, experiment and come up with things and get the right feedback, just like in this case. This completely turned that book into a whole industry. Isn't that remarkable? Can you now see how a brand's messaging can make or break a program? The Modified Carbohydrate Diet into the South Beach Diet. Here's another example, Restoring the Character Ethic. This was the title of a book that is now very famous. It was turned into the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. But Covey's real genius was how he repurposed his signature program into high-end coaching courses, workshops, and more. This was the real first piece of intellectual property that was marketed extensively and became an industry. He now has over 44,000 coaches around the world, I think. So my question to you is, do you have exceptional content sitting on a shelf with limited sales because of an ineffective brand and poor marketing? Okay, this is how we fix it. Now, to the right, you're looking at my little piece of software I developed on how to capture and anchor your intellectual property. This is just the output part, but there's a whole back end to this whole thing where you populate it and it comes out on the chart. So this is where we zero in on your online brand mission that serves as the hub of your knowledge-based platform. Then we build the framework for your knowledge-based platform with 4 relevant problems you solve for the market, and create the pillars that support that framework with 4 solutions that solve each of the 4 problems. Now, one of the things that I realized when I came into the space is that, especially people coming from corporate into the entrepreneurial coaching and consulting space, is that a lot of people didn't really know how to teach. So when we put this program together for people, we make sure that it's process dependent, that it's sequential in nature. So if you solve the first problem, second problem, third problem, fourth problem, you're going to get your result-oriented mission brand. Same thing with the solutions. Each one of these solutions are process dependent that solve each problem. Now, I'm just going to give you an example how my program populates the software. So first you see it's who are you really? Capture your genius, your signature program, which you're seeing right now here, and the multiple streams of income. And then we put a soundbite description for each title. See, this makes it much easier when people are doing an elevator pitch and they have to explain the problems they solve in their market. And that results in my transformation, which is capitalize on your uniqueness. And we always slap the person's name on top of it because this indicates that this is a piece of intellectual property. This is their own methodology. And we do the same thing for the solutions. and put a soundbite description for each one of those. And that solves my stage 1, my first problem. And we do the same thing for section 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, this becomes a pretty comprehensive blueprint of how you will address the problems for your market. But as you see right now, it's just a blueprint. It's not a product. But we're going to show you how to turn that into multiple streams of income. Okay, so say this is a client of mine's all filled out signature program, just a blueprint. But now we can adapt it. We can take those modules and create a high-end coaching program, or online courses, or a group mastermind program, or a VIP day, or consulting for corporate, or retreats. You get all your modules in here, and you can to create all your programs for your retreats. See how all your solution-focused content is plated and ready to be adapted for your seminar or keynote organizer. You can use this for your webinar. All your content is right here. You can create your slides and your content right here from your knowledge-based platform. And look what else is staring you right in the face. 21 chapters for your book, 21 episodes to start your podcast, 21 topics to springboard your Facebook Live broadcast. And not only can you repurpose your signature program into your signature system into programs, products, and presentations, you can also use it as the foundation for all your content marketing. Now, you're all familiar with the opt-in where you have to sign up, for a free giveaway, or it's also called the lead magnet. If you look to the right here, I love the 5-day challenge, right? You can just take the first quadrant of your blueprint here, and you can create a 5-day challenge as your lead magnet. Also, you can create and organize all your social media content from this blueprint. You just create, batch, bank, and schedule all your content from here. And the beauty that happens when you repurpose your content from your knowledge-based platform, from your social media platforms, it keeps your mission brand clear, constant, and consistent. And this is what builds a ton of equity in your online brand. Now, we also have a thing called the Signature Bible, where we take that blueprint, right? And we do a deep dive into the why and how of the 4 problems you solve, and a deep dive into the why and how of the 16 solutions that solve your 4 problems. And we also create a bunch of reflective exercises. And you end up with about a 20-page document here, which is a more immersive look into your content, and really becomes the foundation for your book, your TED Talk, or your webinar. Because we want to get people out the door as soon as possible with lead generators, and your webinar and your talk are going to be 2 of your biggest lead generators. Then we put you into an online sales path, a very simple sales path to get you moving, okay? First, you create your social media post with a video with 1 call to action that moves people right into your webinar landing page with 3 calls to actions, which triggers your welcome email. And we always like to get people on the call beforehand with a pre-webinar discount for our products and packages before the webinar. And that triggers the whole email drip. And you can take these 3 things and hand these off to a partnership or a JV partner and just customize the email. Okay. So let's do a quick review here for the Thought Leadership Marketing Program. We have the knowledge-based platform with the mission brand, the 4 problems you solve for your market, and the 4 solutions that you've solved for each of the problems. Then you develop your content marketing plan with your lead magnet giveaway, implementing social media creation and production, designing your webinars, seminars, and keynotes, and creating your online programs and products. And then to get you out the door and start making some money, you have your online sales path with a social media post, your webinar landing page, and your welcome email drip. So here's the good news. I'm offering a complimentary Jumpstart strategy session, which you can schedule by clicking on the link I'm going to be putting in the chat right now. And I'm happy just to get on the phone with anybody here who's on the webinar, and just work up some kind of customized roadmap on how to improve what you're already doing online, or how to elevate what you're doing by using a thought leadership marketing strategy. Just want to thank you all for letting me share,